With us now to continue our conversation is Derek Johnson, President and CEO of the nonpartisan NAACP. Derek, thank you very much for being with us this morning. Just wondering what your reaction is to all these allegations that have surfaced against Mark Robinson.
Well, anyone who identifies themselves as a Black Nazi or will resurrect the concept of the institution of slavery, they have no place in elected office, particularly as governor. We find his comments not only mean-spirited, it's off base, but quite frankly, foolish. Unfortunately, many individuals who are running on the Republican ticket, in lieu of not having policy recommendations for voters to consider, they play to the lowest common denomination of humanity. They seek to belittle individuals and place individuals and communities in categories using race and religion and ethnic backgrounds as a tool to incite fear as opposed to providing hope and a roadmap on how we can have an inclusive society.
The NAACP is calling on Robinson to drop out of the race. He is saying he is not going anywhere. He's staying in. What do you make of this?
Well, it's unfortunate. You know, we are nonpartisan, but we're not blind. We're political as hell in the sense that we care and concern for individuals. We care and concern for African Americans, for women's rights, for those who have been marginalized, for working poor people across racial lines. We want to see public policy that advance an inclusive society, promote a quality of life that all citizens should have, and treat people like human beings. And anyone who belittle human beings to try to marginalize communities, they should not have a place in politics. They should not have a place, in our opinion, in society, because we must grow past that. We want to see an America that looks more diverse, inclusive, and prosperous, and not America based on a 1930s apartheid system.
You know, and just, kind of bringing it to a bigger conversation. Among these allegations that Robinson is accused of writing is that he wishes that slavery were back and that he would own slaves if it were. How do you, in general, wider philosophical terms, how do you process something like that being thought of and as a concept publicly stated in some site somewhere, but how do you process something like that?
Well, it is unfortunate that is the debate now in the public square, that we have utilized platforms, a whole political party and candidates utilize their platform not to promote public policy, but to belittle individuals, to marginalize communities, and try to resurrect bad policies from the past. The institution of slavery was not only inhumane, it should be something we never revisit again. We learn from in ways in which we don't do that again. The concept of Nazism, to attack and kill millions of people based on their religious belief, should something that we learn from, never to repeat, not to celebrate. And unfortunately, the public square is being used to resurrect concepts and campaigns and policy that would demean and in many ways kill people. That should not be a part of where we are in this society. America is the most diverse we've ever been. That's a beautiful thing. I recall growing up, we talked about America being a melting pot of many perspectives, many communities merging into this successful society. We should move forward looking to recreate and build on the success and not try to tear it apart. Ask candidates, what is your public policy recommendations, not your small-minded approaches to how you see people. And oftentimes those who demean individuals have the most to hide in closets.